Alright, this morning I wanted to come in and start talking about a cool song by Jason Isbell. It's called Tupelo, Tupelo. This version is basically based on the live version 101.9 kink. You can type that in on YouTube and you'll hear him playing it live. So here's basically a chart. You could take a screenshot of it. I will have it at the end of my tutorial as well, but just so you guys know that there are charts, because I notice a lot of people aren't going and getting them. They're at the end of a lot of my videos. At the very bottom here is the strum. Before we get into the intro part that's very hard, I would like to work on the strum pattern and then go through the verses, chorus, and then at the end we'll talk about how we do the riff in the beginning. On some of his videos he didn't do that. It's the live version at 101.9 KINK. Type that on YouTube and that's where I've got this version from. So basically when we're doing the strum, it's nice to try it just on a G chord and get the pattern really good. And it would be like a down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. And a great way to count that would be like 1 E and we could count it as 1 E and a 2 to start and try to get that. And if you took the screenshot of the chart, the strum's right down here, so it's got the count 1 E and a 2. The hardest part is keeping it flowing. Usually we practice with metronomes. We talk about that lots on my website. TJ's Easy Guitar, it's still being built. Back to the strum on this, we get this 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So I'm going to break it down on how I would get you to practice if you're a beginner. If you've already got that strum and you can do it, that's great. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then you can follow the chart down starting from here where it says verse and use that strum for each chord. All the way down, and you just keep following this down and it gives you quite a cool roadmap here where we're verse, chorus, back to verse for 2 times. Then we go to a lead break here, back to chorus, and intro out, which is the main riff. So if you can do that strum already, maybe you want to just go through the song then. For anybody who's still learning rhythms and want to get through some rhythms, that's how I would break that strum down. I'd be like 1 E and a 2. Try to get that good. 1 E and a 2. Now we got to get 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and. If you got that good, then I would try to get the E of the 3. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. It's quite the chopped up strum. That's what makes it sound cool if you can get it. And it's nice to get out of using the same old rhythm with this hand. We don't think much about our right hand, but there's a lot going on with it. And we can see there's a cool hammer on the change. But let's get through the strum a bit more. So we got 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and. So if you could count it even, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. It's how you say that counting. It's not just because of the numbers. It's the rhythm in your voice that's giving you the rhythm in your hand. In some countries, you don't even get to play an instrument till you can clap and say lots of rhythms for at least a year. Anyways, back to our strum pattern, we get 1 E and a 2. That's how I started it. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a. So if you want to work that out, that's great. You should, and you should be able to try to repeat it. So I'm going to do it like 8 times now in a slow manner, so maybe you can try and get the rhythms. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and right, so hopefully you can get through that. And then once you get through that, you can follow the chart, following it from the verse and our G to our C add 9. He's got a cool hammer down. I think it's on beat 4, so if I go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and. So that hammer comes down on the strum down and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and. Notice I'm strumming down, finger comes up and then hammers back down when I say 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So that's basically the verse. This is called a C add 9/11. It could be called a couple other names, but it has all the elements of that in the chord. And it's basically a C chord slid up to fret 3. You can see I almost missed it because I can't see with the this guy in my way. I don't want to say the name of it because then it'll shut off on me. But anyways, so cool. That would be the verse. The chorus is really cool too because we're using the same strum pattern and we get this. Now we're coming back to the riff part where the intro is. In this song we get I'm trying to do both parts with one guitar, so we get a strum down on the G with the string on the bottoms open, and we come back and we get 1 E and a 2. 2 downs at that point. 1 E and a 2 with our right hand. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. So that's where we need to be on this slide. And we get this. So we're sliding from 1 and 2 into 3 and 4. And then we're going to slide back to 1 and 2, but we don't hit it. We hit it on the open. Notice I didn't hit this part. I picked here and slid it back like that, and then I pick it when I take them off. We don't want our fingers to go far away from the frets. I'm just showing you that for demonstration. We want to try to keep them close. So a good exercise for that is try and get that really good. And on the chart it gives you all the strums. It's showing you the strum pattern over each note. This is a slide here, nothing happening here on this guy. Then here, nothing happening here because we're pulling that open. Nothing happening on this one other than the up on the open, 2 ups here, and then here you can see an up, up, down, down, up with a hammer. So just so you know how the chart kind of works. And that's how you'd start the song 2 times through that, and then follow it down, chorus, back to verse 2 times. Then it says chorus again, and then we get this lead break here, and then intro out, basically the riff again, and the strum again is down here. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. When we're talking about this riff, we get this, and those are all down strums, and then another down just on strings 3 and 2 with your pick. And when you get to here, it's a down, up, down. And after this down, you slide back. So you could even just practice that. So on the intro, we get, and then, so this is a down, up, and slide. So sliding from here, You could try that lots. Now you might want to try doing this. And then when you get back here, you pull that off, so you get, and you pick it at the same time. And then we're going to do an up strum, putting these fingers back down. And there's a great exercise too, just practicing trying to strum up those two strings and pull them open. I can remember getting this stuff, it was very hard, but work at it and the sound starts to happen. So we get this. That's the first part. And there's it all together. So I'll do it slow. So you can see on the when I take these off, I'm down, coming back up, pulling, and then we got a couple more things to do, but we're almost there. Now we got a hammer on string 4 with finger 2. And we get this sort of riff where we're on an upstroke actually on the open, hammering up on the open for string 3, come back to string 4 and pick that on an up. It just seems to work out rhythmically better when we use our pick in a certain way for the off beats and the on beats. So here we go again, we get this 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a, I'll count it again, 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a. So on that up, we should have been on that. 1E and a 2E, 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E. So there we get it. That's the idea of that riff. And then down, down, up, down, slide, up, up, pull, down with a hammer, pick string 3 on an up, pick string 4 on an up, and then you come down on the C chord. The whole thing together would be I hope that helps you get through that. That's a pretty hard part. And the strum was really cool, so make sure you get the chart at the front and write it down, and you can work on that as I strum along too. So I'd count us into, on the strum part, just working the strum part on one chord. So we'll work it on the G chord. 3, 4, and we get 1E and a 2E and a 3E and 4E and a. So now if I'm coming out of this intro, it should be 2 times. Up, up, down, down, up. And that's on the sheet. All the strums are written below the intro for each part. Just so you know how the intro goes a bit more, it's a down, 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 up, down, slide, down, up with a pull, up with a hammer, up, another up, and then we get the strum down on our C add 9, and then 2 ups with another down, and then 2 times of that, and we get into the verse. D add 911 here, but the other guy does that chord. And now we're into the chorus. Still on the chorus. Yeah, hopefully you got the chart in front of you and you read ahead. So then he goes to this A minor, D, and it's a split bar. So on this part it's like 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Notice how he changes to that D on the offbeat. 1 E and a 2 E and. Most people when they're first learning would think of it as it's on the beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. But not really, we're pushing into that next chord, meaning we're trying to get to the next chord before we hit the main beat. 1 E and a 2 E and I do notice he changes his A minor at that point to an A minor 7, which is basically just taking finger 3 off. Don't forget for that D add 911, it's a lot like C major, just slid up to frets 3, 4, and 5. And these are the shapes of the chords that you know up here. They're not the names of the chord. We talk about theory and that on the website and teach lots of songs and improv, so that's still being built. If you haven't subscribed and checked the notification box and the bell so that you get notified when I post new videos, we'd appreciate your support, and we do appreciate all your support. If you could, if you haven't already clicked on subscribe, if you could please subscribe and click on the notification box and the bell. You'll always get notified when I post new videos. If music and guitar is something you want to do, that's a great way to always know that I've come in and I've done some more work. I try to do two or three I'd like to do a week, but it takes a bit of time. So that would be the idea of the whole song. Again, follow the chart down from the start. We'll go through it. Basically intro 2 times. We get a verse here, and on the verse here we come down, follow it G, C, add 9, and we're just using this strum per each box. Here's where the split bar is, so we got 1 E and a 2 E, and we got to change to that D. That's a tricky part. And then back to the normal strum. We finish the D off, right? Because we're and 3 E and 4 E and a. Then we go to the C add 9 full strum, or sorry, E minor full strum. I'm reading that backwards. And then C, then D, then intro, then back to verse 2 times. And then it tells you to go to a lead break. Cool, so you play this. We didn't talk much about the lead break, but it's a lot the same strum, and we're just doing a G and a B minor. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And I notice guitar too has a bit of a lead in on that. When he comes out of the intro, he's like... Then he goes like this, so he's coming out of that and he's... And then it goes into this B minor. Up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, C. Down, down, up, down, up, C. Down, down, up. Back to the chorus. So that's the split bar. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Back to the intro. So you might even want to just work that intro part a lot.